Me to be the best man in the MC, and I realized that I actually running this thing while everybody else is getting drunk and putting rose petals on the ground here. I feel like I have to sweep this up later. Anyways, so to begin my speech, dames and heren, right? So for those who don't know me, my name is Andrew Youssef, and I am Ross's American friend from Dubai. That's my official title. I'm only his friend from Dubai. So I want to change that today because I'm the best man, and I beat JP, which means that, which means if there was the game of life, I definitely won some points, you know what I mean? I'm definitely ahead. So,
hey Caro, this is for you.
I had written a speech, but
Andrew Youssef's famous Ross and Melissa wedding speech, as promised.
I mean, all this stuff about love and not using the internet and listening, that's mine. I was gonna say that. But anyway, so I had to obviously come up with a speech fast enough, and I have 3 pieces of advice that somebody told me about making a speech on behalf of somebody. So the first one is, don't make the speech about yourself, make it about the people. So I'm sorry, Melissa and Ross, this is pretty much going to be about me, okay? The second one is, don't make the speech too long that people start to look at their clocks. But I think the Mark Blaine pretty much set the standard of time, so I should be okay with my time limits. And finally, make it appropriate, so if there's any grandparents or children around, that they can also sit in the speech. So if Dylan and Adrian, you want to take your kids outside, that would really help everybody out here. Anyways, so as I said, I'm Ross's friend from Dubai, and I met him in 2010. You're probably thinking, how can I be Ross's best man after only knowing him for 5 years? And I actually asked myself that. Ross, why me?
He only has one friend.
No, but to be honest, I met Ross 5 years ago. I had just moved to Dubai, and all of a sudden I'm sitting at a table across from Ross and we're having dinner. And I realized that even 5 years later, that's pretty much the only thing we have in common is eating. So that's all we do. We have no sports in common. We don't like the same music. We don't even gym together. We just eat. That's all I do.
Hey, Caro, so I'm recording this. It's about 3, 4 a.m. in Bali on your last night. Hope that you're actually feeling better.
Yes, I have now like
Brandon. Oh, and if Misha's seeing this,
so anyway, as I was saying,
girl.
me and Ross are quite different people. Ross is like a man's man. Like Ross is the type of guy who would go to IKEA and see a chair and say, Melissa, I think I could make this chair at work. Whereas I'm the type of guy, I'm calling Ross like, Ross, can you come over and put together this chair that I just bought from IKEA? So if you don't know what Ross does, Ross actually lives in Abu Dhabi, and he works on offshore platforms in the oil and gas industry. People are flying him on helicopters to like the most maximum security locations because he's the only guy who can fix it. And that's his job. And I can't say I do that. And I don't think a lot of people here can say they do that. And for that, I admire you. He comes home and he's like, you know, I asked Melissa, oh, Melissa, is Ross going to be here this weekend? No. Why? Yeah, it's just not fixed yet. And he'll seriously go for a whole weekend, 3 or 4 days, 5 days. And they helicopter him there. It's pretty impressive. And to show even more contrast between me and Ross, in Dubai you have the Burj Khalifa, right? It's the tallest building in the world. I have gone to the Burj Khalifa several times. I stand on the observatory deck, I look out and I say, wow, I have gotten this high on life. I see from everywhere. Or if you know Ross actually went to the top of the Burj Khalifa and actually installed, what was it, the valve on the very, very top of it. It's insane. I look at the picture and I shit myself, honestly. Ross did that. So anyway, Melissa, if Ross will go to the top of the Burj Khalifa where no man, or very few men have ever gone before for work, just imagine what he will do for you in love.
Wow. Just have to say.
Anyways, Ross is a little bit older than me, although he looks a lot younger than me. Even the Mark Blaine looks younger than me, I feel like. Quite a young-looking couple, Mark and Lynette. I have to say, whatever you guys are eating, or where you live, or we need to know what that is, okay? The anti-aging of whale blubber in South Africa, I don't know, but we need to start a business, okay? Anyways, so Ross, I look up to Ross. Since I got to Dubai, he's taking me under his wing. He's like, you don't know anybody here, just come to my house, I'll feed you. I know you want to eat. And I appreciate that, Ross. And to be honest, I've only known you 5 years, and I have to say that you don't have to know somebody from the time that they were 17 or 16 or, I don't know, when they were born, to know that this is going to be my friend for life. And I really believe that about you. I believe that about Melissa as well. I'll get to you a bit later, Melissa. But I just know that when we're in Dubai, you're coming over to my house, well, my roommate's house, and we're all sitting together, and we're having dinner together, and we're all hanging out. Like, you can't have much more fun than that. And I know that we're going to do that for the rest of our lives or until one of us dies from diabetes or something like that. So, anyways, Ross, you've endured a lot of things in your life that I can't even imagine. Yet you smile and take it all in stride. You are a positive and you don't make any excuses, and that's something I admire about you. And as for Melissa and Ross, I feel like I've been there since the beginning. In fact, I met Melissa, what was it, in 2013, when they were just together, as she had just moved to Dubai. And I was there for when you guys got engaged. In fact, Katerina was with us. Ross called me and said, hey man, I'm going to ask her to marry me. You want to come? I'm like, yeah, okay. We had a great night, and it's been a fantastic night. And every time I'm with you guys, I have the best time. And I know that our kids, your 2 kids, and me and Katerina's 8 kids, we're going to have the best time together. I cannot wait.
Including our 5.
Almost done. Almost done. As for Melissa, you are a very special girl. And I use special in the all-encompassing word. You're funny, you're pretty, you're smart, you're an excellent cook. Although you never do the dishes, Ross always does the dishes for you.
Wow.
And that's what I call teamwork, right? And it's amazing how you guys have come together and become this strong bond, even though Ross's jokes are just so bad sometimes. You still laugh at him, even though you hear him 2 or 3 times, you still laugh, you give him that support. Okay, baby, don't worry about it, that was funny. So, that's great. But listen, I believe that whatever you want to do in your life, whether it become a teacher, become the president of South Africa, anything like that, I know Ross will support you. In fact, anything that you want to do ever, I'm sure Ross will be right there behind you. But if you just want to keep reading the baby books on the side of the table and not worry about taxes, I'm sure Ross can handle the rest. So, all the best to you guys. So anyway, that's our speech. I think that the mains are coming now. Where's Gerard?
Hey.
There's a very strong G noise in the Afrikaans language.
Hello.
I tell one story. I've already told it to a couple people. I went to a place the other day with Tanzania. I know, you're gonna laugh about it. Anyway, so it's called Ritbos, okay? It's beautiful. It's unbelievable. And I make fun of the Afrikaans people. I'm sitting there like, Ritbos, right? And people are coming to me, they're saying, wow, your accent is so good, you know? So finally I look at one lady, I'm like, I don't want to make fun of her, and I tell her, I really like it here at Ritbos. She goes, it's Ritbos. So yeah, after that, I'm going to start making fun of it, and I'm being serious. That's my job.
Hello to Carolina.
Hello.
So please,
One magic trick. Say with the magic trick, guys.
Andrew, magic!
We want to see magic, Andrew.
Okay, so one sick girl in Bali, being able to be sick in a beautiful place, spending it with the most beautiful girl on this planet, Misha. Carolina, I hope you're happy. This is your speech. You owe me big
Epic
time.
speech.
Cheers.
Epic speech.
Johnny says it's epic.
Pure epicness.
So Caro, you owe me minimum at least a flight ticket to Dubai to visit Misha. Cheerios, I'm out. Goodbye.